Good afternoon guys, welcome back to Maverick Baking and welcome back to Veganuary. Yes, we are currently on week 2 of this 4-week vegan experiment. A few of you have left me comments with a little bit of concern, but just to reassure you, this is only for the month. We are not becoming a vegan channel, or I'm not becoming fully vegan. It's just an experiment. It will be over very soon, and I kind of can't wait. I'm just kidding, it definitely hasn't been that bad yet. Today we are reviewing 2 vegan chocolate bars. Now these are from a brand that I have never heard of until a lovely subscriber mentioned them in the comments, many months ago. These 2 chocolate bars are from Nomo, as in no more missing out. No more shake chocolate, no more milk in your chocolate. Sorry. I picked these bars up in Holland and Barrett, which is kind of a health shop here in the UK. I haven't seen them on many supermarket shelves or mainstream shops just yet. So this is their milk chocolate and their dark chocolate. Today we are going to be tasting them, reviewing them, and see if they're worth your money, whether you're vegan or not. I think I'm going to start with their milk chocolate. So they describe it as a deliciously creamy chocolate bar. It is vegan and free from dairy, gluten, egg, and nuts. Now, that's kind of strange because also chocolate, just in its nature, is always free from gluten, egg, and nuts. And I don't think there would be many people who would actually add gluten or egg to a chocolate bar. Yeah, so that's a strange one. The ingredients concern me. So the main one being sugar is common for milk chocolate, but usually a sign that the product isn't great. The sugar is followed by cocoa butter, rice powder, cocoa mass, inulin, shea oil, emulsifier, sea salt, and flavorings. Now, here are my problems. Rice powder. What is rice powder and why is it in my chocolate? I understand it's probably to make the bar stable in different temperatures so that it doesn't melt or it doesn't go a kind of weird texture, but that immediately means that this chocolate is very unlikely to be smooth. Also, they've added inulin, which you'll also see on packets as chicory root fiber. This is an insoluble fiber that they usually add to make things healthier. It's the fiber in those Fiber One bars that are awful and should be avoided at all costs. Anyway, I'm gonna stop ripping it apart before I've even opened it. Let's taste it. Okay, smells like generic milk chocolate. Obviously, this doesn't contain any real milk, but they also haven't added any kind of non-dairy milk. Let's break off a strip, decent snap, and we will see how this tastes. It kind of looks like a generic milk chocolate. It doesn't look like it's going to be too powdery like that rice powder suggests. And it's got a nice kind of pattern on the front there as well, just to make it kind of interesting to look at. Let's give the Nomo milk chocolate a taste. I'll be honest, it's better than I expected, but it's still not great. It tastes like advent calendar chocolate. It tastes very cheap, very generic. The texture is as expected. It doesn't melt well. It isn't smooth. It has a little bit of chalkiness in the same way that kind of a cheap white chocolate or even some kind of cheaper Cadbury products have, because they have that kind of milk powder and other kind of filler ingredients added. It doesn't just kind of melt into your mouth into this lovely luxurious experience. You have to really chew this chocolate. The flavor isn't bad. I would attribute that to quite a lot of sugar though. It isn't the sweetest milk chocolate I've ever had, but it's certainly sugary and it doesn't leave a kind of consistent cocoa flavor in your mouth once you've finished it. It just tastes like sweetness. I definitely wouldn't turn this down. You know, if someone bought me a bar, I would quite happily eat it. It's definitely not the worst I've ever had. It's definitely not anywhere near the best I've ever had. Considering there is no milk in there, the milk chocolate flavor is decent, but I probably wouldn't be recommending this to many people. So for delivering what it says it's gonna be to an extent, and for not being a total rip-off cash-wise, and for being fairly inclusive to a lot of diets, I'm going to be generous and give this a 3 out of 5. If this was a regular milk chocolate bar, it would be a 2 out of 5, if that makes sense. Let's move on to their dark chocolate. Now this really has no reason to be bad. Dark chocolate that's anything above 60% is usually vegan by nature, and it's usually fantastic, rich, wonderful. I love dark chocolate, and not enough people appreciate it for what it is. But that's a story for another time. The ingredients in this deliciously dark chocolate bar from Nomo are cocoa mass, sugar, cocoa butter, an emulsifier, and vanilla flavouring. Now that is a much, much better list of ingredients than the milk chocolate bar. It is only 55% cocoa solids, so this will be nothing too dark if you do find dark chocolate too rich or too strong. So let's get this one open and try it. It does smell rich, though you can't exactly pinpoint whether it's going to be, you know, a fruity or a nutty dark chocolate. It's not a kind of tasting experience bar. I'll give you a close-up of it, just like the last one. It has a kind of nice pattern on the front. Has a decent kind of shine to it, which shows they've put some effort in, and a very good snap, which we like to see and hear. So let's taste the Nomo dark chocolate. Better than the milk chocolate? I'll give them that. I'll be honest, that isn't too bad. Now, as I said, it's only 55%. And they have also added a fair bit of sugar in there. Not as much as the milk chocolate, but still a fair amount for dark chocolate. Which means that even though there is kind of a touch of that bittersweet cocoa flavour, it isn't too rich or too strong by any means. You would be able to easily smash at least half a bar of this, no problem. In relative terms, it's better both in taste and in quality than a Cadbury's Bournville, for example, or a fairly kind of cheap supermarket dark chocolate, but not by a whole lot. So essentially, if you like Bournville, or you did before you went vegan or dairy free, you might be quite keen to try this. Other than that, if you are a dark chocolate lover, or if you are vegan, or you just want to avoid dairy, I can promise you there are many, many better dark chocolate options out there. Just take a little browse at the kind of range of dark chocolate you can get in supermarkets, in chocolate shops, even online. You will definitely be able to find things of a similar price that are much better in taste and in quality. But that being said, it's definitely not bad. And as I said with the milk chocolate, if someone gifted me this, I would be quite happy to eat it. I think it would be decent to bake with. So much like the milk chocolate one, this isn't wow, but it's also not meh. So I'm gonna give this a kind of middle ground 3 out of 5. Overall, honestly, this could have been much worse. They're both kind of middle of the road, so they may not be worth a buy, but equally, you don't have to snub them either. If you guys have tasted either of these bars, or you have any vegan chocolate review requests or recommendations, let me know in the comments below. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to drop a big juicy thumbs up on your way out and to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. I promise it's not all vegan content here. In the meantime, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you for the next one.